There is Suresh. Okay, let me introduce Suresh. A lot of our folks will recognize Suresh. Suresh has been a member the last over 2 years, and he is one of the candidates we endorsed for a legislative race in Johnston last fall. And we wanted to thank you for getting out and doing that, Suresh, and we do appreciate your support in return. And so we're going to give Suresh 5 minutes to speak, talk about himself and his campaign. Then Patrick will have like 9 or 10 minutes to ask 2 or 3 questions. And if any time is remaining after that, we can ask you, you can finish up with any follow-ups if you'd like. And with that, Suresh, the floor is yours and you have 5 minutes.
All right, I'll try to see how much I can make it in 5 minutes. So good evening, everyone. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak up here. I've been here before last year, and I've been part of the Iowa Unity Coalition for a while now. So, and thank you all for what you do and what you all do for our community and making sure everybody comes together to make sure our democratic processes work. So my name is Suresh Reddy, and I am seeking re-election to the Johnston City Council. And I'm very much proud of it to say I'm seeking re-election to the City Council. Well, since taking office in December 2019, I've been driven by unwavering commitment to serving our community and championing its growth. Well, let me give you a bit of introduction of myself, okay? Sorry. I apologize for this. I'm running around like this. So I've been a city council member since 2019, and I've been part of the community for quite a bit now. So I have been in the city of Johnston for nearly 20 years, and my kids graduated from the schools. And my oldest is now working at Cortez Agri-Science. My youngest is in college at Iowa State University doing industrial design. So they're all good education, and Johnston has been very good at that point. So we love Johnston. That's why we have been here for a long time now. And as a background, I'm myself a software engineer working for a local company here in Iowa, in Des Moines, West Des Moines, actually. I work from home, so I don't have to commute. That's good for me. So I took office back in December 2019, right? So just before the pandemic hit. So little did I know that my first year in office could coincide with this once in a one generation pandemic, challenging us in unimaginable ways. However, in the face of adversity, we made tough decisions to safeguard the well-being of Johnston's residents, proving our mettle as leaders dedicated to the safety and prosperity of the city. Well, while the world around us grappled with uncertainties, Johnston emerged stronger than ever. Our city's progress has been nothing short of remarkable, from the development of new trails, bridges, to the flourishing of businesses and welcoming of fresh faces to a vibrant community. So you might have already heard that on the Merle Road corridor, we have 2 big businesses coming up. One is the Ignite Sports Complex, and right across the street is the Bombers Golf, and right up the street north is the Life Serve. They're building the new headquarters up in Johnston. So combining all these things that hopefully should be ready by fall of 2024, it will bring in nearly 400,000 foot traffic to the city. That means that many people will spend their money in the city, actually growing the economy. I'm very proud to say that I've been part of this new development that's happening, and I'm very proud to say that I've been active member of that. And to add to this, we also added a exclusive cricket ground up in the Ignite Sports Complex as part of the public committee up there, public community up there. So we will be adding a cricket ground and exclusive, and that's only built for cricket here. So we are doing that here. So expanding.
You actually have 30 seconds remaining for your opening statement.
Okay, that's fine. I'll try to do it fast. Sorry, I went too fast. And also we have acquired about 14,000 acres of land up northwest of Johnston, where we are expanding our community, and we've added some new things coming up there that'll be coming up soon in short. So as our city expanded, we grew 40% from 2010 to 2022. That's a really big growth in the city of Johnston. So we need to improve infrastructure, we adding new people, and we adding everything else. We need to make sure our city progresses very well. So thank you for time up here consideration. So I will give my time off to Mitch. Did I finish on time, Mitch?
Yeah, you did. You did reasonably well. You know,
All
you
right.
did good. So next, we're going to give the floor to Patrick and Suresh. Patrick will ask you 2 or 3 questions as time permits, and maybe a
Yeah.
little follow-up towards the end if there's any time remaining. So Patrick, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mitch. And
Thank
hello,
you, Mitch.
Suresh. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Patrick. We met sometime back, right? Where did you meet? In a restaurant, a hotel, something we met? Somewhere we
Somewhere.
met.
Somewhere.
Yes. Oh, no, wait, I remember. Now we met. We up in that, where was that? The international, no. Or in Des Moines on Locust Street. What was that? Something we met. Never mind.
No worries. No worries.
I remember we met that.
Okay. So thank you for responding to the questionnaires. We have a few clarifying questions for you.
Sure.
So for questions 3A and 3B asked you what you would do to address the lack of affordable housing in your community and how you would erase the stigma of affordable housing, respectively. So for 3A, you responded that we need to further reform our zoning laws to allow for more higher density in housing. And for 3B, you responded that you can support policies that expand such projects and treat the residents who live there with dignity and respect. So we would like to know a little bit more about what you have in mind by higher density housing. For example, are you referring to apartments, ADUs, or something else?
So higher density using is that housing where a lot more, like an apartment complex, and a lot more people living in a smaller amount of space. That's a higher density of people, not just the place. It's the number of people living in a smaller area that makes it a higher density versus low density homes, like individual homes, like I'm in right now, like you are in. So that's the individual homes. Higher density is more like an apartment complex and things like that. In Johnston, we have a couple of higher density homes that we already have. One is up in Johnston Commons. That is that changed the name now. What did they call it now? Avenue. They call it the Avenue now. It's a high density homes that they're built up, and that actually has a people with low income has that facility for them there. That is a low income facility, but also when you also say lack of affordable housing, I presume that you mean affordable housing in terms of low income people need access to those things. And that is one of those complex up here that we already have one that supports that. But unfortunately, Johnston is also known as a city that has more low density homes, less of high density homes, affordable homes, basically. There's not much of a affordable housing projects or a lower higher density homes. So we need to change that perspective. It's the perspective the city of Johnston has because of a lot of low density homes. So we need to change that perspective. So we need to get that. There's something people don't like it much. We need to change that in a little way, smaller way, so we can treat every resident that comes into the city. They're also a part of the community that gives back to the city. They also spend money in the city, they pay taxes and everything else as part of their affordable housing. So we need to change that perspective of people thinking that low density or affordable housing is kind of a bad thing for the city. I think it's not. There's a lot of good people there. We just need to change that perspective. So that's the whole reasoning behind my answer up there.
Okay, thank you. So question 5 asks what could be done to strengthen the relationship between local governments and public schools. So in your answer, you stated that there isn't as much of a relationship there as would be ideal, and that you've made an effort to reach out to members of the school board who share your view, but that more must be done to promote communication and coordination. So now please give us an example of what is your vision for this relationship and how to get there. as well as what your results have been to date when reaching out to school board members who share your view. Also, we'd like to know your thoughts on reaching out to the school board members who do not share your view and how you will go about doing that.
Sure. So let me share what I think school board and how the school board and the city council should work with together for a little. So right now, our only coordination is when the school needs something to happen, like the police, they need it in the school. They have this community event like sports. So with the police go up there, that's one time we have the communication with them, or some kind of event happens, we have the communication. Otherwise, our communication with the school board is kind of limited because we're two individual entities. We don't have any control over each other. So something like that could come in. So my thought process is we should actually communicate better on a lot of thoughts process, just because the school is in the city, and the city provides a lot of activities, a lot of resources to the school to work to that. We provide the roads. We make sure the roads are properly set, and we have all this infrastructure in place to get to the school. So we need to make sure that happens. There's sometimes the schools, the kids, high school kids drive so fast in their kids, right? Hot-blooded, they drive a lot of fast, but we need to make sure those kids don't drive. We have those police resources to go up there and make sure we do that. We provide them all those things. Even when the school opens, we provide them. We already do that, but we need to get in shape with them. We get in sync with them when we actually have a communication with the board, much more interaction with the board. So right now we have some interaction, not very much. So I have a lot of good personal relationship with the school board. I know I got a lot of members in the city school board, and I talk to them all the time about how things could be working, and the relationship matters. Doesn't matter if they don't share the same view as I do. I have a relationship with all of the community school members, not all, most of them. We don't share my view as well, but we still have a communication. The communication is open between us to make sure we are part of the city. We are looking to build the city. It's not just a school or the city. It's just a combination that makes it work together. A lot of people come to Johnston because of the school system. When they come into Johnston, live in Johnston, that means they're being part of the community, and they're also going to the school. So there's a synchronicity between these two that we need to make sure we continue to do that. So I have this personal relationship, and we continue to work on that, having a communication link open between us. In fact, attend most of their school board meetings whenever I can. It falls on the same day I have the city meeting. So when we can, I go attend those meetings, listen to what they have to say and things like that. So there's always that communication we need to keep open. And that is all I have to do is make sure the communication is there, coordination is there, make sure we all work together. It's a city grows as part of that.
Suresh, Patrick, we have 1 minute remaining.
I took up all the time.
Okay,
That's
so
all right.
Suresh, why don't you tell us really quickly then why we should endorse you?
Very good. Well, let's see. I have been a part of the community for a long time, and I have made some great progress with the city. I have, as I said, the economic growth of the city was very important in my mind. I made that happen, and I still have a lot more things to make it happen. I want to make sure the city grows more exponentially. Your city has grown popular by cities number of people. It has grown quite a bit. Now we need to make sure the infrastructure handles that. I need to make sure the infrastructure works well for the city. I need to work on that. I have the economic development that happens now. I need to make sure it continues very successfully. We have several entities come by, and we have the new Johnston Town Center, and we have a lot of new entities coming by in that. The economic growth has to grow. City of Johnston is a city of residents, not something like Ankeny is. It has the resident that has to work through those things. We need to make sure the residents have all the resources they need, and we need to make sure there's a lot of, yes.
Your time is done.
Okay, I speak a lot, don't I?
No, it's okay. That's all right. We don't have to worry about any fill-ins. So I'd just like to let you know that this weekend on Saturday, we'll post the interviews, all 4, including yours.
Sure.
Next Tuesday evening, starting at 7 o'clock, our members, such as yourself, will start voting. and they'll vote until the following evening at 7 o'clock on Wednesday.
Sure.
We will notify you the following day on Thursday morning if you have our endorsement or not. And if you do, we'll post that on our Facebook page, on our website within a few days. We'll also send out a press release the day after. And also the important thing is we'll be mailing you a check a week after the endorsement.
Okay,
So,
fantastic.
so with that, again, I'd like to thank you for the interview, and please tune in on Tuesday night, if not coming to the meeting, okay?
I'll come to the meeting up there. We have the meeting in the same place.
Yep, be at the Machinist Hall, 2000 Walker.
Fantastic. I'll be there. Hey guys, thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me. And I know there's a lot of people up here. So thank you all for your time and patience. I appreciate what you guys do. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Suresh. Take care. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay,
Bye,
well,
Patrick.
We're going,